So this lesson will be on percentages. So again, we're talking about the calculator reference sheet. So we're on the top right side of that reference sheet. So we're going to talk a little bit about percentages. First off, what is a percent? We hear that language a lot, but let's kind of give it some meaning in this short lesson. Again, the percent symbol means per 100. So what's kind of nice about that, that will easily translate to a fraction or a decimal. So yeah, percentages are closely related to fractions and decimals. So if you're good with those concepts, percentages come rather easily. Okay. Remember when we talk about decimals, with place value, remember we have the ones place, then there's the decimal, the tenths place, and then the hundredths place. So 0.75, that reads as 75 hundredths, since it goes out 2 places past the decimal. So that reads as 75 hundredths. This fraction reads as 75 hundredths. And then this thing here is a percent, 75%. And guess what? All three of those things are equivalent. That means they're equal. So we can say 0.75 is the same thing as 75 over 100, which is the same thing as 75%. So those are interchangeable as we see fit. What we also have here is a couple of percents we want to look at. So the first percent I want to look at is 6%. 6% is a very common percent here in the state of Kentucky. That's our sales tax. What 6% means is I can also use a ratio language, if you will. Ratio a lot of times has this word per in it. And per is another word for division, actually. Okay? So 6% kind of means this, especially when it comes to state sales tax. What that means is you're going to pay $6 tax for every $100 spent. That's what the state sales tax means. So $6 per every $100 spent. That's what 6% sales tax means. We also can denote this as 0.06 per 1. In other words, what this means is you're going to pay 6 cents tax for every dollar you spend. So 6% can kind of change into a fractional language, or lots of times we call that a ratio as well. $6 of tax per 100. Or we also could call it like a rate, a unit rate in this case, since it's 1. 6 cents tax per $1, and that's more what we call a unit rate. So that one we refer to as a unit rate. But they're both correct ways of trying to explain 6%. 20%. A lot of times 20%, we may come across that as a discount rate at a store. So again, what 20% means is, as a ratio, what that means is you get a $20 discount for every $100 that you spend or spent. So at a store, 20% means $20 you get to take off the price for every $100 you spend. We also could say that's going to be 20 cents per dollar. So 20 cents tax, or sorry, 20% discount in this case, per $1 spent. A lot of times when we do this ratio language, we a lot of times like to keep the labels in there because it communicates what is actually going on. So if it's a sales tax, we like to put those words along with it that gives us some meaning behind it. So again, what we look at then is 6% of $5. This is basically what you're trying to do, is you're trying to find tax, sales tax. So in the real world, since we're talking $5, this unit rate makes better sense. What this means is you're going to pay 6 cents for every dollar you spend. So if I spend $5, what that means is you're going to have to pay that 6 cents 5 times. So it's going to be 6 cents, 12 cents, 18 cents, 24 cents, 30 cents, or 5 times 6 is 30 or 30 cents. So one way of doing that problem is just using your logic, your mental skills. 6 cents per dollar, $5, that's 30 cents. Another way we did it is, we've talked about this word of, kind of deals with fractions. It also kind of deals with percents. 6% of $5 actually means 6% times $5. And again, if I want, I can drop off to 0, so let's just say 6 times 5, because what this means is 5 ones, nothing in the hundreds place, nothing in the tens place. I'm sorry, nothing in the tens place, nothing in the hundreds place. That's the tens, that's the hundreds. Okay. Now what I can do, if I write 6% times 5, is I actually can take advantage of a calculator if we wanted to. So if I turn the calculator on, to do percent, the percent symbol, we have to go green again. We have to use that second function. And notice right above the 8, there's that parenthesis there, that open parenthesis, and right above that open parenthesis is the percent symbol. So if I want to type 6% in, I got to type the 6 to start with, and then I hit the second button, and then that'll do the percent. You should see 6% on there. And remember, the word of just means to multiply. So if I hit times 5, that'll give me 0.3. But remember, in money, this 0.3, in money, we have to put out an extra place value because money goes out 2 places past the decimal. So adding a 0 there does not change anything. That just means 3 tenths and no hundredths, so I haven't changed the value of that. If I put a $sign there, that will communicate that answer. Okay? So that kind of takes some thinking out of it. If you recognize, hey, that's just a straight up multiplication problem, you can do it that way. So let's look at this discount. 20% of 600. What that kind of means is you're going to get a discount, $20 discount for every $100 that you spend. So what's spent? So that's what 20% means in this particular example. So what that means is if you spend $600, you're going to get that $20 discount 6 times. So it's going to be 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. So you're going to get a $120 discount. So that's what I can see here, just using my mental concept and using ratio thinking. Another way to do it is I can just type in 20% times 600 into the calculator. Or if you wanted to, remember 20% also means 0.20 times 600. That would also be correct. Those are equivalent. Because remember, 20% would mean 20 hundredths. And 20% means 20 hundredths. So those are equivalent. So I can put either one of those into the calculator if I wanted to. So I'm just going to take advantage of some technology and just type it in as 20% times 600. So I type the 20 in, and to do the percent symbol, I've still got to go green. And remember that percent symbol is above the 8, that parenthesis there, and right above that parenthesis is the percent symbol. But remember, since it's in green, I have to hit the second button first, and then hit the percent symbol. Times then 600, and that gives me then 120. And that would be our result for that, $120 discount. So that would be our discount. So percentages, if you understand the language, again, a percent is a ratio per 100. I can kind of use some reasoning skills like that. But also, I may be able to take advantage of just recognizing, hey, there's that word of in there. If I just multiply those together, that'll give me the result as well. So that concludes a lesson on percents.